we stay debt-free this holiday season? Let's ask Howard Dvorkin. He's the president of Consolidated Credit Counseling Services out of Miami. Howard, good to have you.
Good afternoon, Neil. How are you doing?
I'm fine, but apparently a lot of shoppers tend to get in over their head, huh?
Well, they do, and especially with the onslaught of advertising, and the economy is a very strong economy. The economists think that spending is going to be up more than 20% this year as opposed to previous years. The average family is going to spend about $1,000, a little bit over. Consolidated Credit Counseling is a nonprofit educational foundation, and our job is to educate and try to help people avoid using credit cards as a crutch and try to keep them out of debt.
All right, let's review that, because Howard, as you're speaking, interrupt you, but I want to review some basic tenets to sort of keep people from going nuts this season. The biggest, and this could be cumbersome for a lot of folks, pay with cash.
Absolutely. People need to pay with cash. It hurts when you pay with cash. It's a lot easier to pay with credit cards. Credit cards, there's no hurt factor in there. That when your cash goes through your fingers, it hurts and hurts and hurts.
You can't do that on the internet, though, Howard.
Obviously, and that's going to be an interesting thing to see it consolidated for the first quarter. Never before have we had such an onslaught of internet shopping going on. We have set up holiday helplines to try to help people and counsel them throughout the holiday season. And what concerns me is people now think it's crunch time. Well, it's not really crunch time, Neil. What we try to do is tell people to go through, and still you have time to plan on what you're doing.
And you say comparison shop, right? Make sure that you're looking around at other offers and other opportunities.
Obviously,
right?
Use the internet to comparison shop and go out and buy what you want, but don't overdo it. You don't have to be Scrooge, but we advise people if it's not in your pocket, don't buy it.
What about thinking about what you're charging? What do you mean by that?
Well, you got to plan out. When you go to these malls, you have to make a plan before. The average consumer, when using credit cards, spends 30% more, as I said. And basically, what we are trying to do is make a plan. Instead of getting in there the last day before Christmas and trying to go through and just rushing around like a crazy person, make a plan. Go in, know where you're going, and head in there now. If you have to do it now. Don't do it last minute, because the bargains may not be there, or you may be rushed and feel pressure. And there's a lot of tips that we offer, and your viewers can contact our offices at 1-800-SAVE-ME-TOO. That's 1-800-728-3632.
Well, let's get to a couple of last minute questions. I think these are interesting, because you say, obviously, don't use your entire credit line. If you have a $5,000 or $10,000 credit line, you don't want to exhaust it, right?
You don't want to use, obviously, Neil, we're not telling people, because your statements say you have $5,000 open, that doesn't mean go spend it, because you're going to have to pay it back.
That's part of examining your personal situation, right? Knowing where you stand and what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. And we have a website set up at www.debtfree.org that will help you budget for Christmas and actually budget afterwards.
Okay.